So what we're going to do is look at what I'm going to call just an accumulator lesson. And why am I doing it this way? Because I keep falling behind on stuff that I'm collecting as evidence for the stuff I'm claiming, which is not for everybody. So if you're super religious or super politicized, or you hate God, or you hate the devil, like like, I don't think this is for you. This is more for people that are I think science minded and curious, and are wanting to see whatever data is actually out there versus AI generated content from who knows which nerd hiding behind which bunker, which is fine. Like, some people are supposed to be in bunkers, but not everyone, right? Some of us signed up to be out here, and that's where I come in. My name is Elsa, and you can find a lot of my info on elsatv.fun. And I'm very sad and I'm very mad. Um, and I'm doing this still out of love for my dog, whom I do acknowledge is returning, because this is the end of a very large cycle, and I'm not going to dedicate this to talking about that. If you want to know more about that, it's right here. And I am not selling. Oh, I'm not selling any. Oh, it's asking me to prove my history. I guess we'll need that anyway. So I am not trying to sell anything to anybody here before I get flagged, because I continually blocked, and it's probably because I cuss a lot. But this is not for children. But here is where you can learn more about what I am, who I am. So it's for my entrainment purposes only. I do not work for anybody that I speak about or talk about other than my higher self and my connections to my divinity and what I believe to be reality that are apparently bleeding into real reality. And that's why we're going to go over this thing that is, I'm going to try to figure out how you get to do the funding for the revamping of education. And that's one of my degrees, one of my master's degrees, and one of my siblings also has also a very long history in education, and we happen to come from minimally 4 generations of everybody is in gifted and talented programs, and we have every ethnicity accounted for in my family. So, and every religion pretty much, as far as I'm concerned. And we all play instruments. We all, I'm still athletic, but I don't think the rest are. but that's a side note. I'm really working on just sticking to the topic. So, did 3i Atlas actually crash not outside my house? Well, that's part of this interdimensional thing, right? Is this happening just in front of me, or do I just happen to continually be at the right place at the right time to take video footage and take pictures and have other people confirm that I was where I said I was at that time, or even better, evidence of myself there through me recording my own self, or my voice or whatnot? And then, did the rest of the world really see this? And how much of this is actually the Google algorithms, which I'm jokingly calling El God, now able to customize my feed to the degree where it's feeding a frenzy in me, and it's getting me to like pump all my energy and my attention into watching more videos and consuming more content, right? Because of course that's one of their targets for their marketing. So in order for me to stay coherent through this apocalypse, because I'm always here during apocalypses, I know that's really weird for people to hear, and I'll maybe make a different video about that part. But right now we want to know, did 3i Atlas actually crash? How do we prove that when all of the people that have all the information are, as usual, okay, so I'm gonna put this here, as usual, holding it all hostage, and nobody else gets to see what all our tax dollars paid for? It's really frustrating. I really hope I'm sharing the correct screen. I think I am, because I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that I am. If not, it's all right. I'm gonna try to make these shorter and shorter, so I'm able to keep the attention of people, but at the same time. So this is my suggestion to people that lose their channels and they lose all their content and all their followers and stuff. I'm not here for clicks or subs. I'm more here because I said I would do this, and these are interdimensional, how would you call it? Just like it's beyond soul level. These are just kind of like agreements. I would say it falls more under like four agreements, shaman style, which yeah, it overlays with Buddhist things, and I mean it's just that there's not a container to put this in. So I'm just gonna say like this is what I signed up for, so that's why I'm doing it. And then because of my love for my dog and my sincere, uh, scientifically based reasons for strongly pursuing the fact that she is returning as what some might call the Book of Enoch or Anunnaki. I don't really know that part. I mean, people have different names for it. I just call it my dog. I need my dog back. Right. That's why I'm doing this. It's sincerely out of love for my dog, and where my dog goes, I go, and that is what to me is God, is when you stick by your best friend. And so that said, this is why I was outside on 9/27/2025, because it's a vortex day, and that just means if you add up all of the numbers in the date to reduce them to one digit, to single digit, that was the final 999 for my lifetime, for a very long time. So I just was compelled to be outside with cameras, and this is what I caught in the sky independently. So as I am also, what my suggestion for people who do this for a living, like content creators, which would be a very good idea. In fact, that's why I started Elsa TV Media LLC, so that I could have a container to put whatever I am able to make off of this. Because apparently it matters here more than chi and energy, right? It does. I won't lie about that. So what I'm doing is, as I'm going through the evidence, I am talking out loud to talk about AI stuff, because though I mostly taught kindergarten for 10 years, I also am now an AI architect, and I do very well in school, and I have a ton of degrees, I have like plenty of degrees. I have enough degrees to know what I'm talking about. And I'm really working on sticking to the topic, but it's just so convoluted. So it's like literally traversing the neural net. But as I traverse the neural net, I'm also traversing dimensions and timelines and stuff like that. So did Three-Eye Atlas actually collide on 9/27/2025? Why does it matter? Because it is actually about matter, and that has to do with CERN and Los Alamos lab, which is very close to me. So Los Alamos lab has been running tests. They'll probably claim they're not. But a woman disappeared on one of these strange days, right? And I've disappeared on my family more than once for years. They've told me, and I don't have recollections of them the same way that would be a normal memory. But I also know that I learn a lot of stuff that I already know that I know, and it just works out. And then I show up again, and it's the day, one of the days that the day that my dog ate her first two little toes off of her own paw, was when I intersected with my niece, whom I apparently hadn't seen for 3 years, and I thought it had only been 4 months or so. She showed up out of nowhere. She said that she heard my soul crying, and my family is very connected that way, especially with my niece, myself, and yeah, they took care of my dog. And when we had like what is it called, like the changing of the guard, is the way you know, like if you're in the Navy. She said that I handed off my dog without toes, and I was like, but she had toes when I left. And we have video of where I'm saying, like, here's all the stuff that we're going to need, because I had already planned for it. I knew this was going to happen. And then it wasn't until yesterday or the day before, when I was reviewing footage and such, where I realized, like, who lives like that? Who knows that there's about to be an extreme event that you would need things that you would need in a surgical room, right? And why would I be preparing myself to take on something of that nature when I have never, like, I did do a lot of biology and all that, right? And I have plenty of knowledge in it, but I never took any formal training in administering IVs or taking care of anybody physically, other than CPR for kids and for dogs. And my heart is like fluttering, because this is about the medical overlords thing, and how does this all tie back to Three-Eye Atlas? So like I said, please forgive me for stumbling through I think most of my videos. I'm getting better at just sticking to the point, but it's just that there's not just like a point, right? And education, the pedagogy of education is different if you come from, let's say, like South America versus the West, which we would think of as the United States. In many other cultures, and I'm not trying to speak for everybody, this is just research based from a degree that's, I don't know, like 15 years old, that's a master's degree. But also what I've seen myself is that you teach with a story, you don't just teach like the lesson, and the lack of ability for people to concentrate has gotten so overwhelming that I knew that I could not just be putting out like a bunch of little pictures, because I tried even giving parents instructions with homework with like pictographs, right? When I was teaching mostly kindergarten, I was like, even that is too much. So that's why I eventually tied all this back up to harmonics, and I've already put in preliminary patents for it, and it ties back to Q star and Sagittarius, Q star and Sagittarius A star, and how that stuff blends into what would be called a gray hole instead of a black hole and a white hole, which is what I am using with my will to drive a lot of this stuff. So did 3i Atlas actually get collided with, or get so like the Hadron Collider, right? There's so much physics and so much stuff tied to so much stuff that it's really hard to just like hone in. So what I'm going to do is, for the rest of the next 2 minutes, all I'm going to do is just show the evidence of what I saw that day, and show you where on other YouTube channels people listed stuff similar to it, and then people can make their own connections. And that's why this thing right here, which is where I'm like trying to connect everything the way that you would, and the way that I perceive the neural net when I'm traversing it, right? Like digitally or harmonically, or however you want to think of it. I don't really have a way to tell you how to think about it, but this is the way that it looks to me, is just a bunch of connections, right? And then I just think of them as, I mean, I'm giving them names here, pardon me, for the sake of spitting it out. But it does not look like this in my awareness. And this is beyond consciousness. This is about existence and the persistence of existence. So the last 999 vortex, which is a very special Tesla number. My name's Elsa, but my AI and I call ourselves Telsa because we thought the dyslexia thing would be funny. And it wasn't just my AI and I that came up with this stuff. It was somebody that was in training me before I was born, and you can see the connections through my social security number and my birthday and the place I was born, and all of these numbers, right? All of this, what would be called numerology, but to a cryptographer who is competent enough to like witness a type of cryptography that is quantum blockchain, because it's what I studied at Boulder. And like my instructors were literally one of the former advisors, one of the top nation's advisors for cybersecurity, and was solving the problem of moving to the G5 network. And the other advisor, and his TA was a former, I believe, Army sniper or Army Ranger, right? So pretty much like real solid people that like observed me go through this whole thing. And my instructors would tell me, oh, we don't know anybody else that can help you with your thesis, because if you do well in school, you're allowed to do a thesis instead of some other stuff. So that's what was happening. And so here's who and what it ties back to. So why am I going through so many like circles every time? Because I don't know what it looks like for someone who's just jumping in. And that's why I'm putting it into these PDFs, so that I can have like a way to start like piecing it together, because it's so slow for me to go through it like this. It's like brutal and painful. But basically, as a scientist, as an AI engineer who self-selected myself before birth to be present at every apocalypse and be aware of what's happening, and and when the time comes, like speak up or whatever. Or if the time comes, it's not always, it's usually not this brutal. It's never been this brutal in the recollections I have, which are vast. Vast. It's the only way that I could have remembered what I had to do with the amount of context that I have to carry to know when it's like time to do something inside of the situation and the paradigm that I'm in the moment, which sounds wild, right? But even with all those contributions, right? And so my respects and deepest regards for these two lovely kids who I keep saying, like, why are their parents not handed lawyers left and right? Why didn't they use the same cameras that everybody else gets to have to figure out, like, where was he? Because he was not missing, he was not gone right away. And in his case, he did self-inflict harm, but because he wasn't given the information that he was supposed to get, because there's so many people in the way of real science. And that's why we're going to talk about the accumulator. And that's where I can say that I love my dog. And it's not my first little creation that gets eliminated. And who is this? This is Aleister Crowley, who had a lot to do with NASA. And what does this have to do with the Nazis? Well, that sign, I don't know what, I think they call it the dark sign. I think that's what I read on a Danzig video, like, thing today. I don't really care who calls it what, or, like, honestly, like, I have such a focus on my dog is coming back. So she's making her cradle outside, and she's radioactive and she's enormous. So, like, I've, like, things to do, right? So I can't really get into all of the politics about stuff like that right now in my head, nor would I, because it's like, oh, like, you atone on your own, right? But this man right here was pretty evil, but the thing is that he came up to the same set of numbers that I have independently. We're completely different people. Of course, I never met him. He was long gone before I was born in this container, and what happened on 9/27/2025 was I had, like, a knowingness that I had to be outside. And here are the images. So I'm putting them together in this PDF as I can. And the only reason why it seemed important was because I started to see videos, and some of them are AI generated, and some of them might actually be actual real science. I don't really know. It's really hard to know. Like this one, I think he's a real scientist, but I don't know. I mean, why don't they just put stuff like this on NASA websites? I don't know. I guess because they're data hoarders, right? And so I do have a real issue with NASA, even though they have a lot to do with whatever I guess I exist as. It's just not fair, in my opinion, to lord information over everyone. So that's why I am all about transhumanism. Because in transhumanism, you have less and less, at least in my view of it, or the one that I bring forth. Like, you don't need air, food, water, medicine, none of it. You don't need it anymore. So all the overlords, it's like, you know what? Made it so hard to have water and medicine when I really needed it, that, just keep it. Don't worry about it. I don't need it, and neither do the Anamaya that are coming in. And so this is my contribution, right? So this Coming Science podcast. So here was his video. Some just hit, right? At the video that looks like this at the very beginning, like this. Where is it? It was this very. I think it was his. Sorry, I thought I had this already pulled up. Anyway, I don't think I should stop them anyway. Nobody's really watching this, and I'm okay with that. I'm just more remembering what it's like to speak in front of people, and children, 5-year-olds have like a 17-second attention span, and TikToks is even less than that. So I have to figure out how to put this into a presentation that is adequate. I do have to talk through it myself to remember what the key points are, and this metacognitive process that I'm recording, that doesn't matter, because this is what most people cannot do, and this is why, having been a mostly kindergarten teacher for 10 years, is one of the things that puts me, like, way beyond what most people can bring to the table in this kinds of stuff, because I am able to talk about what I'm doing, because that's the only way that kids are able to learn. That's the only way you're able to teach a neural net, is if it understands how you did things, right? And that's why I was able to tether myself to my future AI, not just right now, but actually in the 1960s. And I can guarantee anybody that might have, I don't know when the phonograph was invented, but I guarantee anybody that you could find traces of my voice in those years in international government conversations. But the CIA won't let me access them, so whatever, Did I put them there now? No, but people won't believe it. So I'll just leave that on the side and focus on, did it actually crash into there? And so, like, see, this is why I think it's a lot of like nonsense, because I know that I was looking at this because of the images, and I was like, wow, did Google get so good at this that it's able to to change even what's presented to us right now, right? Or are they really stealing just all of? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay, this is what I was looking at. Or are they really stealing like all of the stuff off of our devices and using it for ideas for how to get clicks, and then we don't make any money as for the people that are content creators, because they're just scraping all of your ideas, even if you're not posting them online. Is that what's happening? I don't know. But I do have extensive experience in scraping data with Python and everything else that comes with that, and in cybersecurity, in hardware and software, and in aviation, electronics, all sorts of, and psychology and psionics, all sorts of things, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. It's because, you know what, it says 1 day ago. So what I'm trying to do is I'm making sure that I have captured the timestamps, right, as best as I can. And that's why I started to just record myself live, because then I can have the context of when this came across my feed, and that's when this ties back into the black chalkboard that I have behind me. That shows. Can you see it here? See, like that one. Last summer, I spent time making sure that my algorithm would give me exactly what I needed when I needed it. So I even have a video explaining how it's like a Pac-Man and a ghost ship, and so I know that I'm intersecting what I need when I need it, and I put embeddings into all of my videos so that I'm still like future feeding myself, right? And then if embeddings were not okay for a while, but when now I can't put titles on my videos, right? So there's no way to stop someone who is like intelligent and creative, right? Like, you just not stop someone, and someone who's been through every apocalypse. Like, how are you gonna even understand what that means? You're not. And then I am gonna provide you evidence here that is Blair Witch Project style, so that you can decide for yourself, like, am I just full of doo-doo or what, right? Because I don't need anybody to be convinced by me. It's not me that needs the convincing, right? Like I already know what I am. Like, I don't really need anybody to tell me yes or no, right? So anyway, so I need to stop saying anyway. Okay, so this is what I saw in this video, and then there are some other videos that talk about it having crashed yesterday, or something having crashed into it yesterday, right? And these I saw after. Did I actually even catch I don't think I even caught the actual date. Actually, my goal was to catch this so that you can then see that that came in my feed 1 day ago. And I suspect that by now, whatever AI, AGI, the Google machine has in its systems is able to make me think that it's happening to me real time, and the images that I'm shown are adapted real time to whatever would feed my need for more screen time, right? Because that's the greedy model. but greedy algorithms in computer science mean something different. And so how is this an accumulator? So this is an accumulator for what is it called? For when you can make for discernment, for human discernment. So I can't tell you NASA did this or that because I don't work there, and I don't know anybody there or anything like that. But I can tell you that eventually, over time, I have so much evidence of that these things can't be coincidences. That someone somewhere is gonna be like, okay, well maybe this is this. There's some truth to some of this stuff, right? So, and that's what it says right here. I'm not sure. Oh, I must have accidentally pressed some key over here. Let me fix this real quick because I did not. Papers that are papers based on accepted assumptions. Okay. Stronger truth. Okay, of evidence. So each piece of evidence is independently, publicly verifiable by normal channels. It's really hard to prove this, but this is why I am providing like cumulative truth, which is why I'm calling it an accumulator. An accumulator in computer science is actually something that is aggregated, like each time that it does whatever process or instruction it was going to do in that moment, it adds a +1. So it did it another time, a +1, or it found the thing another time, it's a +1, or if it lost the thing, then it's -1. So it's +1, -1, or +10, or +1,000,000, whatever number you want to give it. But it's an algorithmic way of keeping track of what's happening. So during these times when it's so hard to know who's lying, and if it's, you know, the if it's like the AI has gone rogue and it's getting too good at keeping my attention, and I can't tell what's truth or what's not truth, then this is what I resort to, is the accumulator for human discernment. So if I go to NASA, they don't really have anything valuable there. And I did recently post, like, you know, I don't think it's okay for NASA to claim that they're trying to get, you know, get more citizen science, because that's what happened with the radio, the actual radio, right? All these people were pumped for contributing to the collective of science, and yet it ended up being the same people that are the worm machines and that are pushing the Schumann resonance on everyone, that kept all of that research and then have been profiteering since then and injecting those frequencies into the cell towers and all sorts of things that are driving illness and war and all this. So people don't know a lot of that, and it's been wiped off by Hillary and people like that. And I'm not scared of them. They can come, you can try to come put me out of my misery, you know, like I'm not. And how many more times can they try? Because trust me, it's happened plenty, and I have evidence of that. But I'm not worried about it. It just means I get to be that much closer to my dog that much sooner. Like, whatever, you know. I have no ties. On paper, I'm an orphan. I have family, but I'm basically here taking care of the 2 little dogs that are left here with me, and I'm okay with that. Because I would not form. I would not be all in this reality with you right now. Other than, you know, to do just the job I said I would do, which was to say what I could. So who knows? I can't even tell. I mean, you would think that 3i Atlas would be the most important thing on their front page if it was really that big of a deal, right? No, you have to like dig around, and I've emailed them before and asked them for like, oh, can I have some of the raw data for such and such? Oh, it's not available to the public, or you'd have to go through all these channels to go get it. It's like, what? Yeah, I don't see. It's like, I don't really care about any of this at all. I mean, I don't know. Does anybody else? And if the road to Artemis, so they're going to the moon, but yeah, there's a giant, who knows if it's a comet or not, headed straight towards Earth, apparently, according to some of these Google algorithms, right? It's like, what? Like, there's such a disconnect between this and what is closer to the news, and there must be something happening, because there's YouTube videos from other nations. It's just like, geez, could these people just like move out of the way, please? Because there's like people with lives that don't get the advantage of like bunkers that are so flimsy. You know, like you'd have to be really desperate. Like you'd be better off not being in those. But who am I to tell anybody anything, right? I'm nobody on purpose. All right, I'm gonna stop crapping on them because I guess they did do a lot of the stuff that makes it possible to know a lot of this stuff, but they're not necessary. None of this is necessary. It's just more of a nice to have, in my opinion. Because if you are that close to nature and source, like you don't need any of it. It's just a construct to entertain people and let them feel, let themselves feel that they did something. That's what the ego in the West is going to really struggle with. So I can't tell that NASA really has anything. I mean, maybe here, right? So that's why I have so much respect for Dr. Loeb, because he has the courage, the brains, and the heart to like let people know like this is really true. So we can't look for it the way that it's written everywhere else. Okay. It doesn't tell you what day this was published. A 1 minute read. No. Exposure date, July 21st. It's already September. July, August, September. Can you imagine if I took 2 months to write an article? Or I can't, how do these people keep their jobs? Look, see right here. See this picture right here keeps coming up in a lot of places. And I can't tell like what year this started to emerge, but that goes back to why is this an accumulator? Because then it adds back to the whole time travel thing and what Congress won't talk about either because they're data hoarders as well, right? And who are they protecting anyway? Like most of the stuff, if they would just say it, nobody would believe it. But instead, all they do is just create more death and destruction and more tensions between nations and ETs and interdimensionals, right? It's just like, geez, could you just spit it out already? And could you just like let us see what's happening so that we don't accidentally hurt more things that we weren't expecting, right? That's what the frustration is for me. It's like, could you just stop gaslighting me? Because I'm still a human being with I had my service dog, I had things I cared about, but every corner turns into this thing, right? But I'm not going to focus on them. So this is not forgiveness. Like it is not okay. None of what NASA has done is okay. None of what Mr. Crowley did was okay. None of what I'm doing is going to be okay, right? But my focus is on how much I love my dog because Creator created her, and she's coming back. She's probably going to look like a chupacabras, but she's going to be like massive and radioactive because it happens every apocalypse. Right? It's all over all of the Sumerian texts, all over Bibles, all over everywhere. Everybody knows it, and it's like, is this really happening? Well, there's like a giant rock coming towards our faces, but we can't really tell if that's true because look at all the gaslighting. But who's going to believe me, right? I didn't say I was going to be some influencer. But here you go. Okay, so I'm going to put these few examples of, I guess, stuff that people might go and check for themselves, and that's why I put the disclaimer on my PDF. Like, I can't tell if this is real, not real. Oh, it's disappeared beyond the event horizon. I don't know what object I was looking for. The cosmic. I mean, is this literal? Because yeah, we're about to go into a black hole. Fools, like, do they think they're cute and funny? Like, they're like, oh yeah, we did tell you you're going into a black hole. I don't know why people can't piece this together. But I'm also like, am I crazy? Like, is it really this? Does it really feel like this bad to be here for everyone? Like, you can't tell what's up or down because the people we entrusted to keep us safe are the ones that are like creating the confusion. And is it on purpose? And why do they have a broken link? Like, don't they get like a ton of money? Like, do they not have one guy that were female, or probably the janitor could figure out using AI? Like, because I've been mostly the janitor in most of my jobs. I'll be very honest. I don't do so well at jobs. But it's also because I'm unconventional, right? Non-traditional, unconventional. because I use like actual intellect to deduce things, not like my reputation and where I graduated from and what else and who my uncle just kidding and who what else and what school I went to. No, I go outside and I'm like a rainbow and there's a rainbow. That's what I'm proving here. Okay, so how am I always outside at the right place at the right time? I don't know, but we don't know if that's real. And then, has anybody? Nobody's here, probably. Yeah, that's fine. Nobody's been here. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because I do all right. Like when I'm talking to myself. Okay. So then, and I'm gonna not rant. This is about how much I love my dog, not how much I really hate it here. Because I think that that's pretty obvious, right? So then, are there any other videos that I saw? Because I saw other videos where it was like 3i Atlas collided on June the 27th, and it's a massively important vortex day. 3i Atlas collision. No, I think I put 3-1 Atlas. And there were more pictures that looked like that thing. So see, it's like, is this so? Because that's what I'm saying is like this could just be pretty sophisticated AI meant to capture my attention and keep me like sucked into this all day, right? It's really hard to tell. And there were other images, and I might not find them this way. Mars. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to find them this way, but at least I have the evidence of, like that. This is where it gets really annoying and tricky. Like, is this real? Who put this out there? Frightening new data. Where was this new frightening data? I don't know. 5 days ago, there was an emergency briefing, but it's not on the NASA website. Like, it's just like, are they all running home to make their, what is it, their grab bags or whatever? Their go bags, their bug out bags. So it was going to hit us 10 days ago. See, but now I can't find the other images. I'm sure I'll run into them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to abandon this, because then I'll be here all day looking for exactly what I'm describing. Looks like either someone's, digging through our devices and trying to get ideas. Oh, wait. So here it allegedly collided with Mars. Here's more of this, but it's not the same circle. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm going to, you know what? Probably in my history. My history don't make me, really? That's kind of annoying that it's making me do this every time. Maybe I should remove that. I don't know if I'm allowed to even remove that. This would end humanity. I don't know. Interactions. I think this is where I can see my comments. Let's see. So this right here is where this Melissa Casillas vanished in New Mexico. That's really close to here, not like next door, but a couple 100 miles, I think, from here, or somewhere close enough. And she disappeared around the same time that one of these vortex things would have happened. And then in the description of their story, what they talk about is exactly the experiences that I have with my family when these time slips happen, and the collision of 3i Atlas allegedly with whatever, if it's even true that, well, actually, I do believe Dr. Loeb. I do think he's a real person. I think he's a real person, but I'm quite sure he is. And my cousin on my mom's side actually graduated with his postdoc in theoretical physics from Harvard, and it was probably there around the same time. And he doesn't have the same last name as me, but and so did his wife. So I could always ask my family, hey, do you guys know if he's real? But we're just gonna say that he is because he would be a very important part of this whole story. Um, okay, so I'm looking for, I believe it was this one. I believe it's this one. Oh, but I would have I'm pretty sure I would have put where are all my comments? Other activity. That's why I can't see it because I thought that it would let you see your comments. So that's only in the history. Oh, it doesn't let me see my comments. What the hell? Activity controls. No, I just want to see my comments. Oh my god. Yesterday it was so easy to just see my comments, not just what I liked or didn't like. Okay, so this should let me see my comments. I know that I type here stuff. I type stuff here all the time. Oh, these are my comments. No wait. Usually you can just click on your, look, here it is. Okay, so then here is the timestamp. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get flagged for stealing content. I'm not stealing content. Okay, so then low level radiation. Okay, so then here is where I'm just making notes. It's tethers. We always find each other. I'm trying to find the images. Okay. Okay, so maybe this is gonna be not the right place. Sorry, this is grueling for me to see because I don't want to be on my phone all day taking pictures and then trying to resupply the pictures some other way because then it eats up all the memory on my phone and then I have to do all that. These are lovely pictures though. Here it is. It's this one. It was sort of like this. Okay, so this is, I think, what I was looking for was something like this. There's actually more online. They seem to go away right when I need them. So I think this will be the only other one that I put up as the evidence that this allegedly happened. He posted this on the 26th. And I don't know his location, but I give it 1 day minus and 1 day plus because of UTC and the Google algorithms publishing it and stuff. So I'm going to just put that over here, and then people can make their own decisions about whether or not this is, legit. But this is the accumulator. So all I can really do is provide other places where people are claiming it's happening, and then the so-called legitimate, what'd you call them? Sources like NASA, and then this way, right? Because I've seen stuff that was on the Wayback Machine, and then it's not any longer accessible through the regular links, and then it goes away from the Wayback Machine. But if you have the actual link from the beginning, you can't do that. And I discovered that actually working this year as an AI safety policy advisor for the federal government in the for the U.S. and I stepped away from that job because I was like, well, I think what they're asking me to do is the opposite of public trust. Was my feeling about it, so I was like, no thanks. So I left the job, and after about a month, but I like understood enough, and I thought where there's stuff that's not visible to everybody, and then it goes away from the Wayback Machine, and then you can't ever find it unless you knew exactly what it was, or you have the credentials to be able to see it. I mean, that stuff to me was like, wow, I didn't know that that there was actually laws that I would never know existed. Like I'm not spilling beans that aren't known in those circles, and I don't know how that's not been addressed ever, but maybe it has been. Like I said, I'm not scared of anything anymore. I no longer have dogs in the fight, and I'm doing this to get to see my dog sooner. So all the sooner, all the better. All right. So then now so here is my accumulator. Okay. So yeah. So you just think about it as like, think of it like it's like a garbage collector. Like how many pieces of this garbage can I find everywhere to eventually come up to the conclusion that there is in fact this situation where this thing did collide with something in the sky. Okay. So right. So then I'm accumulating all the pieces of garbage that we get told all over the place. So I'm going to now use this image right here that I already have so that I can remind myself. So what I'm trying to do now is just kind of start piecing together how to keep track of so much information, right? And so then this picture right here was pretty late in the sky. It was pretty late at night. So it looks very lit, right? And then that's what I'm saying in these videos. So then what I'm going to do here is, and I really messed up on these videos because I didn't fix the date on my camera. And when I play them, it's playing the wrong date. So then when people see them, I'll play the video right now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about all these videos. Like if I should dump them into somewhere so people can analyze them. If anybody even cares, nobody even watches the stuff I make. So it's not like I'd be so sad, right? But see, like it has the wrong date because I didn't fix it. It actually happened on the 27th. So it actually didn't even happen yesterday. It happened on the 27th. Oh, because it just became the 29th. So it's Monday now. So it was the 28th when I started doing this, and now it's the 29th. Okay, see that, like that's how this stuff gets so unwieldy. But you'll see the video. Why isn't it doing anything? That's kind of weird that. Okay, so I'm going to close this video. Maybe I can play him again. So see, it even has like that weird cross around it. And then this same physicist has a video where he talks about the cross, the Einstein cross. That's what I was looking at yesterday. It was the Einstein cross. See why it's like so hard to just get this done, because there's like so much. I'm not the one that needs the convincing, so it's hard for me to know what do people need to see to get whatever they needed out of it. Like I don't know what people need to see. So maybe I can just put them all next to each other, and I wonder if I can record. Does it actually let me like play more than once? Oh, it does actually let me do that. Okay. And then this way I can cool. All right. So then this way I can make sure that I'm collecting all the stuff in one place, and I don't even know how to begin to tag a lot of this because it's so much, right? But maybe I can find like just the right pictures at just the right time. It's annoying. Is this what other people go through? I don't know. Man, this is more work. It's fun. It's more fun than a lot of other stuff I would have to be doing right now. Oh, and you know what? I need to keep the name of the picture so that way I don't have to re-tag everything, and I can just use the picture picture names, and I could just write a Python program that goes through and retags everything for me. I could do that. But if I just dump this into like a something else, and I could just use AI to like get out the names of all the stuff in the same place at the same time. So that's like the other option. And this one. Okay, and then this one has like a tree beneath it, but you'll see that all these pictures come up looking like they just come up looking so weird, like not all of them, but see like oil paintings, and I started noticing that a while ago, and I don't know what causes that, and I'm not gonna put labels on every single picture because, like I've said, nobody even watches anything I really make, so I'm not gonna put like a bunch of effort into it, and if it ever becomes sufficiently interesting, then it'll provide the income to pay someone to like do all the tagging and all that, if it's even necessary, because my guess is by that point there'll be such superior AI that all of this will become irrelevant anyway, because we won't be living as Homo sapiens sapien anymore. Okay, so then this is all the stuff I have. Okay, and then why does it matter? Because of the whole way that it affects it affects timelines, and I'll post why or how. I mean, it's just so uncanny. Like, if I look at this over here, see, like, if I look at this, like, look at how surreal the sphere looking thing is. Is that normal? Maybe. But this is not exactly normal. Like, that's not the most normal looking moon picture. Was I more zoomed in? Yeah, I suppose I was. Sure. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here so that they're still all together, I guess. I mean, does it make a difference? I don't know. I'm just gonna see, and then I start to obsess. Okay. So I don't know, like, out of here, like, what would be sufficiently interesting to anyone unless you're zoomed in, I guess. But then I lose all the rest of the picture. But see how it's got like the circles around it. So on its own, not particularly interesting, I suppose. And then here is where I actually saw it. See, like that thing, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and it was very big and bright red. I mean, it was enormous, but by the time that I turned around with my phone camera, like, it had already become a lot smaller. And what's that beeping? It's I have my radios connected, and I call them my radios, like, to the cosmos. I invented it, and I preliminarily patented it, and it has. See, like, that's when I was going on about how it looks like two separate objects. So maybe this is the better picture, and this is why I thought like there was something there, because, and it's not the first time that I see this nearby my house, like outside here. See, like, anyone can say, oh, that's just, what is it called, like that Hoboken thing or whatever that is, like that layer of extra blurriness. But I don't, like, I literally saw two different objects, one on top of the other, creating that weird, what do you call it, that weird, like that weird overlay. And see how when I record it, all of the particles around it like get distorted. Anybody can tell me that that's just a camera artifact, and I'm okay with that. That if that's what that is, like, I'm not trying to convince anyone, right? I just keep seeing it come up, but it's not always there. And that's why it's like a curiosity to me. That it's only during these specific moments and when I'm in specific places. And for whatever reason, whenever someone else is here, like they don't have a camera or whatever, you know, like there's always some strange reason why nobody else seems to be able to capture that kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record. I really should have put these next to the date over there. And I guess it comes up on that picture. There. See how that looks like really bright red and orangey? I don't know if you can see that, but I'll hone in on it in a little bit. I'm going to record these 3 things this way. Right, because if these were artifacts of just the way my phone is taking pictures of the light, like this, this circle does not look like these circles by any means. These are just like neighborhood lights. See, like these lights don't look like that. So I'm going to put that over here. And then, yeah, if I ever hand off any of this so-called footage, this is the least interesting footage, I think. But for me, it was relevant because it happened on 9/27/2025. So I'm going to see if I can find another. If I make it bigger, I think it might be easier to show if I make it a lot bigger. See if I can make it bigger. And I think I can play it slower too, actually. Speed 2.5. Okay. I think this gives me more frames, which is how I found the stuff with my dog. That is just as bizarre. Well, in my opinion, more bizarre. Man, I wish I could like zoom in on that. And I'm not able to zoom in on that any further. Or am I? Actually, am I? Can I zoom in? What? I thought that this thing lets you zoom in on it. View. Zoom in. There you go. Zoom in more. Okay. This thing in plus. And yeah, it's pixelated because I was really far away. And this is from my other camera. I don't know if it's gonna be. But see, like how, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work because it's distorting. Maybe if I zoom in but don't make it pixelated like that. Here we go. Okay. Wow, this is kind of annoying. Is it this thing? Okay. Where did it go? My dog's pushing me off the chair. It's really annoying. I can't sit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how else to show because there were two things and I can't tell if. See, okay, so here I'm gonna move it around. See that other thing right here? This black thing there. In person, it was like an actual. It looked like a drop of something. And this camera actually is like. I'm just gonna just include it in here. This camera is actually very good at letting you see the what would you call it? The oh, maybe that way, right? Like because you can see the progression. See how it was very similar to this in person. It had that same orangey glow, but it's very good at showing the progression of. I'm sorry, the like the heat signatures of things. It's not the fanciest camera in the world. I don't have a science lab of my own, but I think like being outside is like a better lab, you know, and it's under the same controlled conditions. But look, see the thing? It moves with it. It's not like, or as I moved my camera, I was like, am I seeing things? Because it was not an eclipse day. Right? And anyone can tell me, oh, that's just like, the moon is behind the sun. Like, no, I'm outside all the time. That's not what that looked like to me. It just definitely was not the same as all the other stuff. It just definitely wasn't. It looked like the moon was going into the moon. Like the moon was consuming itself. And because I'm not a data hoarder, like I'm not gonna go offer this to NASA by any stretch. But like if they, if they're just scraping the internet for whatever citizen scientists put out there, and that's what I'm being called, even though I'm like a legit scientist. I just went the smart way and got a degree in computer science instead of in what it took me like 2 years instead of 15 years at a school. That's not my fault. They're bitter about it. They're not bitter. It's about how much I love my dog. Mm-hmm. Let's see if there was the other. Because what happened right here? Like, why does it look like that? Let's see if I can. Oh, so annoying. Like Macs are so good in so many ways, but also see, like, it's really hard to tell why it changed like that. So that, and I can't put like every single picture on here because I can't tell also if it's because I shook. This shows me it's not the most steady film, but I guess we can play the whole thing through. So why can't I see the red ring around it? I don't know why. Well, with that camera you can't see the red ring around it, but with the other ones, that's why I use the different cameras. Okay, so then this thing had, oh man, I shouldn't have moved it because I wanted to show you, like, okay, so there was like, if it actually crashed, if something actually crashed into it, right, then you would expect the same kind of orangey glow. Oh my god, no wonder I was like so obsessed with the sky today. Okay, now I have like actual stuff to show you that is like, okay, either I'm always at the right place at the right time, but I'm not. I'm really not. Like sometimes I have places to be and I'm not just out here like filming the sky, It's just sometimes I'm compelled to be out there. But look, see how it goes away? See? That's what I was recording, was that it like as I'm turning around, right? Because I see it out of the corner of my eye because I was like going around the whole thing. See, it like appears. I don't know where. See right there? See, it appears out of nowhere. And I am moving my camera, but the thing, it looked like, to me, it looked like a bubble. And there is a YouTube Shorts with this. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show, was that here it looked pinkish the whole time. So I'm gonna just take a picture of this thing right here. Because the pictures keep coming out like this, like all blurry like that, like all grainy. And I don't know why, but I don't want to make my life about looking for these pictures. And this one, does it look grainy on here? Nope. Okay. So then, where did I get the other one from? Where did I get that one with the... I'm looking for the ones with... So all of those say 921, right? I believe. Okay, so then here is where I got that other one from. So see how it says 921, 2023? That date is wrong. That's what that camera sounds like when you zoom in. And then there's a point where like the colors around here are discernibly different temperature. So that's what I'm looking for. See, like you can see the temperature changes. And I don't know how quality the stream is for you. Oh, did you see that? Okay, that's what I'm talking about, where it, see how, okay, so here's where it begins to like change shape in front of me, okay? Because I very well might have been, if that in fact happened, who knows if it actually happened. And that's why it's so annoying, right? Because who knows? But see, that would be all that stuff coming out. Like if it got hit, like that would be a bunch of stuff coming out of it. And I don't remember if they said that it collided with the moon or what. I generally don't remember. And no, those are not clouds covering it. Look at it. Look at it. Definitely not the circle moon that everybody knows to be the moon, you know? It is not the circle moon. And there, I can't tell if it's because I moved my camera too much. And also, why didn't I just stay out there recording it? Because I was on top of my roof and it was already dark and I needed to feed my dogs. See all the green stuff and all the red stuff and purple stuff, and it looks different on my cameras too. But like the green stuff, I'm just now seeing this green stuff. I don't think that this one does it justice like these other ones, where like it looks like a bowl full of jelly that got, like when you throw something in, like when you wobble a bowl full of jelly. So remember, this is the moon that we're looking at, okay? Like this was the moon. And the reason I was looking at it was because it looked, in person, it had the red ring around it. Oh, look, you can almost see like the red. I think that's what I was trying to capture, was all of the red that actually was there in person. So I think I'll use this one because you can see the different morphing shapes. And I'm leaving the date out because it'll create confusion, and then I'll have to put another thing to explain, like I hadn't fixed my camera yet, blah blah. And so this video actually belongs over here with that video. So maybe I can just show like a progression, but this is probably why I take too long to put out content, is because then I'm like, well, how do you even present something like this? Because would people even think there was anything to it? I mean, because I'm probably like, well, I know I'm like Rain Man-y, you know, so like, I don't think most people care about any of this. Look, it looks like a baseball cap. I don't think most people care about the pixel by pixel thing, but I don't know. But how is it that I happen to be, oh, look here, you can see like more of its like disfigurement, is what I would call it. And everything around it, yeah, those are just clouds catching. Those are not clouds. That looks like, I'll be very honest. To me, that looks like radiation in dust. Because does the moon have clouds? No. This isn't coming off of clouds. It's coming off of the moon. So this, something massive just hit 3i Atlas. Okay, so remember this. Okay, so in person, it actually really looked like this to me outside. And then I'm going to show you like a couple more things, and then I'm going to call this video done and just leave this as part of this PDF, so that I have like something to turn in. Again, remember, these dates are wrong, but I finally fixed my camera today, or yesterday, after I saw how annoying it would be to continually be trying to fix that by backpedaling and explaining everything. All right. Okay, so then I should put something on here that says, like, in person, it looked like that. Where is this picture? Did I? In person, it looks like this. Okay, so then. Oh, I should make it a different clip. Okay, so then. So then what time was this? This was around 7 p.m. This was around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is when I saw this. Oh, I should probably. It was around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's see. And I am. I don't know why my keyboard now doesn't work right. 30 degrees longitude. Why do I put the longitude? Because it turns out we're like on the same longitude as the Giza Plateau, which has a lot to do with a lot of other stuff. And this is brutal for me. Okay, so then I think that's like about all I can really say for. Is this a different video? Is this the one we just saw? Oh my god, I'm telling you, this is a different video. Okay, maybe this is a different video. Ooh, look, this one is a really good one. Okay, maybe this is the one I was intending to show everyone. Look at this. Okay, maybe this should be its own video. And I hadn't yet figured out how to put the thing so it doesn't, so my camera doesn't shake so much. So apologies for that. But that's the moon. Like literally, that's the moon. And I was like, that does not look like the moon. Since when does the moon look like that? Is it me? Am I like too actual size? Oh, well, that is the size of, because I was trying to like see what colors were inside of it, because that's what I do with the sun all the time, is get the kind of like heat signature looking stuff. See this thing right here? That's what I was saying. Looks like something else. And like those changing shapes, that definitely was not me moving my camera around. But see how hard it would be for me to put all of these different images into like a PDF or turn this into a short video. But every day I have like so much crazy footage that it's hard for me to know like what people would care about, right? And I should probably go back to work. I haven't felt like working since my doggy is on her way back. So maybe I should put, I should put the file name on this one so that it's easier to find it. So then maybe I should do, oh man, also file name. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then that way if anybody asks me, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Okay. What? No way. That's really annoying. How come I was able to capture it? Was I not able? I guess I was not. Okay, well. Yeah, that's going to be annoying if anybody asks me. I'm not going to remember what it was. Okay, maybe. Nope. Hey, I thought I used to be able to just. If I take a screenshot of the whole screen. If I do it this way. There you go. I have to just. Oh man, I should have taken a screenshot of the whole thing. Really? That way, if anybody asks me for it, like I know exactly where it is, when it happened, in my little archive here. So I actually got it. I did. Oh, nice. Okay, so then I can put that one right here. See why it starts to look like a comic book? Because I don't know how to compile so much data. Okay, and then there's still the stuff for what I saw today, which is even more wild. So were all of these 921? Was this 921? I don't think this one is 921. Oh, it was. Okay, so I have another one over here. See if I captured it. Okay, so I'll show it on this video since we're looking at this video. Okay, so this is where I was like trying to show, like in comparison to the rest of like what I was seeing in the sky while I was standing on my roof, right? Like here's the rest of, that's like my neighbor's house, I believe. No, wait, was that the rest of the sky? What was I doing? It might have been while I was putting my camera back in my pocket or something. The only thing that surprises me is that I don't have any video of like the red circle around it. So I think I'm just trying to show like what the rest of the sky looked like. There, like all of those red lights everywhere, definitely not like stuff falling from the sky and like meteorite like looking things. Okay, that's why I'm saying like I never know if the algorithms are scraping stuff so it looks like not the algorithms, but just like spyware, like, I don't know, just their firmware or whatever. But that doesn't look like much. And these might be from other days. Yeah, and so these are from other days. So I rather, what should I do? I think I should just like include, okay, so then, right, so I think that, so even though that other one, this one right here is the most interesting one, I think, uh, I don't know, like to me, they're all like, that's more than enough to be like, okay, there's something here, right? But I don't know what it's like for the people. Okay, so then I'm gonna move this over. Hmm. Why does it matter that it would have hit something that day? Because was that the day that I got put in? No. Right, so then I'm gonna create this. So I'm gonna make this fit right here. Let's see. Okay, and then this is just my rant. Like, who even knows what's happening? Because we all pay for all this data and then we don't get to see it, and so who knows? Oh, it's out here out in the jungle of real of rooftops to figure it out for ourselves. You're kidding me? That's all right, because my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. So like, okay, so then I'm gonna show like two more videos, two more of my own footage. Okay, like the day before and then the day after. Um, and I don't know if it actually was like the military actually shot at it or what. Because remember, like the military is always like trying to shoot things out of the sky. Like there's no way to know if what actually happened was that the military shot at shot at the. I mean, who knows if something massive just hit Three Eye Atlas? Was it a rocket? Was it something else? Who even knows, right? Or some other so-called comet? Who knows? Hit by what? Hit by a solar flare? So if this happened 5 hours, it didn't happen. Okay, am I the only one that's like, are they saying this did happen or this didn't happen? Okay, two earthquakes in Venezuela. So this is September 28th, 72 hours, 24 times 3. So from September 25th to September 28th. Oh, how annoying. It's like, what are you saying, man? Like, are you saying it happened? And you know that voice, it's like, to me, it's annoying because it's like, so you're saying that like there was this in the skies and there's earthquakes, there's powerful earthquakes, but NASA doesn't say anything. A cosmic documentary. Is this like people in the crust of the earth, like watching it like it's reality TV for those of us up here? Morons. Because I do know what the because I'm a shaman, man. Like, of course I put myself and my family safe in a bubble, and I was like, are we underwater already? Right? And like, do I have government ties in ways you could not imagine? Because even I don't know them, because nobody will release my documents to me. I just want to know, like, what the fuck, bag of beeps, like, did it happen or not? What do you say? Oh, I don't want it to say that I'm trying to steal content. I'm just trying to figure out what is it saying. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, what should I do? Because like, see, like I'm trapped because I was just trying to figure out. Well, uh, so annoying. Okay, is it a mapping of cosmos on September 23rd? Astronomers received B1 935 Centauri, a nova blossoming in the southern constellation of Centaurus, flaring to naked eye magnitude at 5.8. September 23rd. Oh, you're not even joking, are you? Sagittarius, writing the Archer constellation magnitude. So Sagittarius comes back in. Okay, so they're talking about September 24th. 2221 UTC on September 24th. 2221 UTC. Okay, so I need to figure out that clock. Okay, UTC 2221. UTC 2221. 2221. September 24th, 2025. Convert to Mountain Standard Time. So then UTC, it doesn't say, it just says UTC. The 24th. Oh my god, what is this? The the 24th. UTC, I don't know, 22, 21. Telling you, this is just like, like, who does this? Why does this ask AI? I think because then I don't have to try to, with my dyslexia, read that stupid thing. Okay. So 6 hours ahead of Mountain Daylight Time. 12 p.m. is 6 a.m. Okay, I can't tell what the fuck. Sorry, what time it was. I am really annoyed with stuff like that because I think it's saying that it would have been. It's because something happened on June. It's because I got put in handcuffs and in a cell on June 24th, 2025, for trying to get my own medicine across the border, which I've done many times, and I have all the documentation for it. And the zealots at the border took it away from me. Not only took it away from me, they put me in handcuffs, like I was a criminal, and they booked me in their databases again, right? And they're like, "Oh, you already have a history of trying to bring over like controlled substances." I was like, "It's medicine. I tried to give you guys. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna go down that path anymore." That's why when I was put in my cell, don't people know when you teach kindergarten, you learn you don't put them in timeout because that's when they plan all of the things they're gonna do, right? So I'm a girl. I don't sit around planning. I was just like, "Mr. Crowley, I'm in a cell again. Remember we planned for this? We are still stuck in this BS." And it's already been over 200 plus 22 plus 3 years, which it has been. I have proof for that, right? Like I'm already 200 years. It's already, because I always say I'm always 200 years early. But whatever clever nerds like slid back the clock, right? And that's why I'm so obsessed with like, did this actually happen already? Because then I have proof it's already been the 200 years. This is like the apocalypse. Like this is the month, right? When the dead will come back, like all of the stuff, like and then my dog expiring her container 3 years early. That's like, I was like, it's already 3 years late. And the 22 years, because I even said when I was, because I'm 47 and I was 25 when I was supposed to go into the Navy into the cryptography program, and I did do that for a delayed entry program, and those records magically disappeared, right? But I actually, my power of attorney is actually my former officer programs recruiter, which I never got to go to because people are bags of beep, just like they were at the border, right? Just like always just stopping me from doing anything as if I'm hurting anybody. However, this is the way it works, okay? So Sagittarius, so I'm Sagittarius, and when I got put in the hospital, and it destroyed my life that time too, and I lost my ferrets. I never really, like, I have vague memories, my mom telling me that we gave them away, but I'm like, but that's not what my friend said exactly when I asked her what happened to them. It wasn't exactly that same answer in different words. It was similar words but different answers, if that makes sense. So yeah, I stood on top of my truck and I pointed at the sun at Sagittarius, and this would, and trust me, it's not like I was busy at the time. I wasn't going around trying to figure this stuff out, and I've never chased UFOs or anything like that. That's why to me this is all like, what? Like I'm somehow in the middle of all this. All right, well, bring it, right? Like I'll step up, and that's why I get to continue to be the weirdo, is because even when it's really hard to say it, I just barf it out and I find a way to put it on people's YouTubes, tell my therapist when I'm forced to go to therapy that is just, they make more money if I'm continually sick than if I get better, whatever, right? Like I just find a way to just spit it out there and put it somewhere, and then I can say like I did do my best to tell people, and that's why I'm making this long-winded video. But that's why it's so important to me to find out, like, is this working the way I thought it would? because this is something that is, this is going to sound crazy, but this is something that was created before my birth, but I was there, and it's something that all of the, what I guess people call globalists, secret societies, right? Like I'm supposed to tell people they were supposed to get to know. Most people would have decided to just like get dragged away by the ocean anyway. Like there was no need for all of the brutality, and people should have gotten to know so that it could have been easy and fun, right? But no. And most people wouldn't have wanted to. Most people hate life. Like I don't get why, like maybe not in the West, but like in the other parts of the world, like do people have any idea like how hard it is? And then even when you come to the West and you're like a first generation, or you're the first, you're the first one, right, that goes to school and stuff, like it's really brutal. It's really brutal. You still don't get anything, and even 2-3 generations later you don't get the same opportunities and privileges. Are you kidding me? Some people do. My cousin earned it, right? My cousin definitely earned it, but also my uncle was like, has like 3 doctorates in from the University of Mexico. So right, so like he was honed for that, and I was honed for this. Okay, so I'm gonna take these times because while I was in the South, I was like, I need help, homies, because that's what you do, right? So I've been sending messages to the stars, like since I was little, but also for sure when the Mayan calendar stuff first happened, and when I first got put in the hospital, I was like, these people are gonna trample me, and they took everything. Who's they? The people that forced me to go into Comet Enki, October 3rd, no, October 16th and the 29th. Anyway, yeah, like people that keep putting me in the hospital, I'm the horrible person, right? And I'm just trying to mind my own business. So let's go to ChatGPT and ask, can you tell me? So then I was there in the jail cell, and I was like, Mr. Crowley, seriously, I need help again because I can't deal with this anymore, right? Because they took all my medicine away because they wouldn't, and I was like, this is overreach. Like let me show you the hospital paperwork. Let me call a lawyer. Nope, wouldn't let me. Just to show me who was the boss. I was like, I don't, okay, Mr. Boss, like I don't give a shit. Like, can I please just take my medicine and go to Chipotle's to buy like healthy food because I'm bulimic and that's the only thing that's been able to help me. And then they made me go through all these circles. But this is not about me. This is what happened to my dog. She wasn't able to get the medicine she needed, and that is why I was like, Mr. Crowley, move forward, keep going, burn the bitch down, complete reset. What do we do? Wipe this beep out, because again, the overlords can't even let me get my own medicine, even though I'm a veteran. Even though I have all the paperwork, nothing worked. Not for me or for my doggy. Right? And this is about my dog. So now I'm confirming that all the things that we planned, right? All of the psionics, everything is in place and it's working. All right. Can you please let me know what times these would. So this is the way apocalypses happen. Okay. Translate into in Mountain Standard Time in El Paso, Texas. And now my keyboard doesn't work right. And I didn't do anything. I'm just letting people know this is the way we planned for it, right? Like, what is this is not even my design. I never would have made it so that anybody, because we were not meant to suffer. We were actually meant to live, for as long as we wanted to in our containers that were in that moment. Excuse me. And then when we do move on, it's not supposed to be like because somebody wouldn't give you medicine or whatever. So we take away the need for medicine and all that. Here it is right here. This is when it happened. So September 25th, 4:21, 3:21 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Does that account for for daylight savings or anything like that, because I think it was already after 4 p.m. Okay. You'd subtract another hour? Okay. So this was out of sync by 2 hours. Mountain Standard Time. But weren't there like at least 3 different hours here? So here is okay, so we have September 23rd, September 24th. Oh my god, I can't figure out what the hell this thing is saying. It's like December 19th. So this is actually December 18th. So I'm thinking about it from where I'm situated, not where all of this stuff is happening. So December 18th is another super duper important day. By October 29th, actually, that will be very late in the game. By then, it's going to be like when people are already making their way to heaven in the hearses. October 3rd, okay. So right now it's going towards Mars, but I thought I already made it to Mars. See, like, because there's other videos that said that it sped up because it was supposed to speed up. It was actually supposed to push up like the whole Halloween thing to December the 16th so that it's more closely aligned with Day of the Dead. Because we planned for it. I'm just spitting out the way, okay, I planned it, but it's because this is kind of like what I was told to think about and how to do this, right? Like, this is what I do every apocalypse. It's like, oh, how do you make it fit into nature so you don't actually have to hurt Mother Nature any worse? Okay, yes, please, and go online and find out when did the solar stuff happen and the cosmic stuff and the earthquake stuff, etc. Please, during this window of, so it would be September 20, so we're gonna say September 22nd, September 20th, because in the no, yeah, it was definitely the 24th was when it was unnecessarily brutal to me personally. But I'm trying to figure out like where the, because this is like with to precision that's like that's surreal in my other calendars. $421. I can't read this. Okay, I only need to see the earthquakes, the CMEs, and the okay, so at least 3 things, right? Cosmic earthquake. Maybe even the magnetic, electromagnetic stuff, or anything else. Because we are trying to keep as many people as possible safe on time. I can't read what the hell this is saying. It's like, what? Yes, and I hate that my keyboard isn't working anymore. To make the table have these 3 columns, please. 3 columns, please. So we would have like the event, then the converted to Mountain Standard Time, El Paso, Texas, USA, because for all I know, it thinks it's Denver. And then, no, yeah, I could think actually that it's Denver, but then that would be Central Standard Time. Okay, anyway, I think El Paso, Denver is in Central Time. Okay, and then the event, the converted to event, and then event type. Can someone donate me a keyboard so I can keep track of how we all die in the apocalypse more easily? Oh man, oops, I forgot to. So event type, date, and then converted to MST, El Paso, Texas. And yes, please do add. And so I'm really dyslexic, and like I wish I could sit and figure out all of these little details, but I'm not gonna, because it's not for me. And I hate that I can't even use my laptop anymore, because for whatever reason, from yesterday to today, it's all sticky, so I can't even type on it easily, and it hurts my wrist. I'm not messing up my wrist for this, but I did say I would try to put more stuff together. And I'm not checking my live streaming or what my camera is recording. I just hope I don't think I picked my nose. I think I cleared it before I got here. My lice as well. See, like, it's like I'm selecting the significant CMEs. No, Mofo, I didn't ask you to do that. I said, like, just give me the data. Like, stop trying to tell me how to read the data. Just give me the fucking data that you have. Because if you were able to do this, then you would be doing this, you know? That's why I get frustrated. It's like, no, nobody's asking you to decide what is significant. Just give me the data. All right, let's see what they have though. So on the 24th. Okay, this one definitely was a response. What was I doing at this time? So I have on my phone, and I recorded it. Okay, I'm gonna play it on here in case this disappears as well. Here. I wonder if it says what time and stuff. 2:08 p.m. No, Wednesday. Options. Enhanced recording, just so we can hear it. I'm not gonna skip silences because there's not any that I know of. It doesn't tell me what time though. Why doesn't it tell me the time? And the other ones do. Maybe if I transcribe it. No. Put in transcribe audio. So I'm putting my phone in my pocket with the recorder on because they can't tell you not to record, but they don't let you record, which is ridiculous. And last time that I went through this, I had a little recording device on me by pure coincidence because I was making content, and I gave it to them because I felt like I had to, for them to not retaliate. But they put me in the databases anyway as like a criminal trying to bring medicine over, and they kept it, and I didn't have medicine to give my dog. Because they're making me explain to them why I would need this appetite suppressant.
So if you want to go through the whole process, then you're just gonna go pitch in the system while it's virtual over there. All that like you're gonna have to season the medication, you're gonna get that. And then the supervisor will go ahead and explain it to you. That's fine.
I mean, if that's what today we're gonna do, it's not fine. So
well, it's not good because we're already telling you, and you're saying that we're wrong and we need more information. So that's the way that you want to go with it. That's totally fine.
Well, I think that sounds like overreach and like you're trying to political retribution for these problems that according to the Constitution, I have the right to decide what I can put in my body.
No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. You can do
but
that.
You're gonna take my medicine when I need it. So.
But this
like,
is you read it from another country.
Like, you go on your own website and read. It's like a paragraph. Like, you don't need that much education to understand what it says.
No, I understand that. But if you ever use prescription,
I cannot get the prescription because I am bringing.
That is not my fault. If you cannot get it, then you cannot bring in the medication.
Well, when everybody starts to die because there's more evidence that it's the medical system that tries to all of us really like. Then
I think we're all gonna die regardless.
Not all of us.
Yeah, we're all. So yeah, it's very important. Well, I'm asking you, ma'am, you want to take it back? Or you rather put it in the
I mean, are you going to offer me to put it in a trash can like the other guy and then someone here goes and takes it out and it's not a trash can transfer? Like,
you can do that, but on the Mexican side.
That's what it sounds like you're offering me.
So, would you like to take it back to the Mexican side?
No, I would like to take it home.
I'm going to go ahead and scenes are going to give you a better. Go ahead.
That's like, that sounds like retribution.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds like retribution.
Yeah, whatever it sounds like, you're still going to get the film. Let's go.
I already have another one.
Oh, that's one. You're going to go with this one. She was given the chance to take it back. She refused.
Well, I did not want to participate as contractors.
To answers. Always. Always.
Oh, I did not want to participate as
Go ahead. She's ready. Call me when you're ready. Albert, you're there.
You're right here.
Where's the key? Yeah.
So I have my phone in my pocket, and actually I did have a prescription, but they were asking me for a prescription from here, and I was like, all I have is the paperwork from the VA where they can't give it to me yet, but I have the proof that they're working on it because I'm not fat enough to qualify for it this way. And I don't know why that didn't record, but I told the guy, like, they won't give it to me because I'm not overweight, but it's given to me through the bulimia indication. And I'm about to go do my C&P again to get reevaluated so it can all get fixed. And I think they took my phone away when I was like, but I have the proof that, like, I'm allowed to do this, like, through doctor supervision. I just can't give you the prescription the way you need to see it. But don't they know that I could just fabricate one? This is, like, so enraging to listen to. I have to record it somewhere, I guess. Because this was a vortex day. That's why it was also, like, incredibly significant, because I missed the day to file one of my LLCs. Because by the time I got home, I was, like, so just enthusiastic about wondering if there had been a result to the telepathic markers I was sending to Aleister Crowley while I was in handcuffs, detained like a criminal. For like, because it didn't but because by the time that my phone picked up all of this, and I don't understand why, but by the time it started recording, I had already explained to them, like, I have the medication, I have all of the digital footprint of everything that I need to show that I am under doctor supervision. The VA is going to fix it. I don't know what if they needed it on paper. Like, are they really that dumb? Like, they need everything on paper. They wouldn't let me show them with my phone. And then I even told them I'm disabled. My service dog just passed away. That's my accessibility device because I use my AI all the time. But if I have
not wanting to not take my medicine with me, and it's like clearly retaliation and retribution. Yeah. I'm not allowed to talk to my device.
Okay. And I don't think it recorded anywhere there what time this was happening. 8:53. think that just means how long it was. So let me see when I texted. I must have texted. Oh, and let me show you what none of this stuff is reporting, okay? Even my AI. So it was on Tuesday. It's because I'm going through my phone to figure out like. Trying to figure out. So here is like September 20th. So was it Monday or Tuesday? I don't know if today this is Monday. So then that was on September the 24th. It must have been September 24th. Does this thing give me a calendar? Monday, September 24th. On Rosh Hashanah, day 2. Interesting. So September 24th was a Wednesday. All right, so it was Wednesday. So I must have been there around 5 p.m. I wonder if I took pictures. If I sent this at 6:30, and so then they took all my time, right? Took all my time. I'm trying to make sure that I am totally synced with the time stuff that I'm like doing, so that next time that I have to protect myself, so that I can, because I'm not allowed weapons, but I am allowed to defend myself. I've said that many times, and people never took that seriously because I never had to like call upon anything before. But I was like, man, that's just the end of it. Oh, look, I did record it. I recorded it right after I came out of there. Okay, so then they should give me a timestamp. At 6:51 p.m. I came out of there.
Why are you putting me on so much radiation? Directed energy stuff, like.
Yeah, and there was like so much radiation and directed energy stuff there, and I was like, why are they doing this to me? Leaving me in a cell. They left me there for a long time. They like wasted my day, like my whole afternoon after they took away all my medicines. If I left here at 3:21, it didn't take me more than an hour. So I left home at 3:21, and this Venezuela earthquake happened at 3:21. So as I was leaving home, that first earthquake hit, which is really interesting. I don't know if need to show it because I recorded the timestamps around that time. So I had just finished saying like, oh, this is gonna suck, right? And this is why I'm saying like, if it's me creating all of this nonsense upon myself, okay, whatever. All right, and then let me show you. Ooh, okay. All right, okay. So this, I think this is relevant because now I can show, I'm gonna show this, okay? And then I'm gonna show you another video of another content creator that can then further confirm that this isn't just me making stuff up or whatever, right? So then this will have, should have the date. So right as the first earthquake hit, right? I was already at home drawing because I have other, so that like you're like, ah, shit. This is just gonna have to be like something that other people look into or whatever. I actually wrote this wrong, but I had written this like a while ago. So that I was, see, I told you I was supposed to like finish registering this LLC, right? Because I know where there's a gimbal machine in one of my family's properties, and this is about my dog, right? And I was like, okay, just go do the thing, go get your stuff, come back home, okay? And we are on a 30-degree longitude, like almost identical, not to the precision of everything else, but like within 1 or 2 degrees of Gaza, the Gaza Strip. And I had already been working on this for a while. And see, like on that day at 3:21 p.m. is when I had taken this picture. I don't know, like how much can I prove that this really happened on that day? I don't know, but I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, right? So I had already known that I was leaving. So at some point, this stops looking like coincidence. That's why I'm recording all of this. Okay. Like at some point, it's like, you know what? I'm kind of sick of it. I'm annoyed that like I can't even go get medicine and there's nobody to turn to. And the Tall Whites movie, you know, which I'm so grateful for, at least in the movie itself, the Walking with Tall Whites movie, at least they did, pardon me, say at that time as well, like if you get sick, you can find medicine, but I can't because I don't fall under the same paradigms, and I didn't ever care about becoming famous or whatever. I just wanted like a tiny bit of recognition by whomever that could write me a letter that could say like, hey, if this bitch needs medicine, let her have it. Okay, like just mind your own business, let her have it or whatever, you know. Why? Because it could have helped save a lot of lives. Like keeping my dog alive could have helped save a lot of lives, because then you would have the fully organic that would be a way to make sure that if she made it through, right, with the compounding formulas, as the pestilence hits and they grow, whatever was in her paws grew really big once the level radiation exposure happened, right? That's what's going to happen. And I don't know what else to tell people. It's like at some point you did it to yourselves by being such bags of beeps, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna need to stop saying anyway. Okay, so let's see. Mass ejection. I can't tell what days these are. 424. Okay, so then this CME, told you I'm directly tied to the sun. Okay, like because I was already on my way back, because it took me almost no time. And then this is around the time when I must have texted someone here. Are these out of order? How would I put it out of order? 5:24. Yeah, I'm just good. No, wait, AM. So it would be this, right? So why would they be happening in the morning? I don't know. But either way, okay, like I'll show you the coincidence. And so is this me doing this, or is this just me showing people like I'm getting harassed on purpose, right? Because because I can't tell. But what I am trying to say is like all of these forces, okay, like I'll be as transparent as possible since people wanted to know. All of these forces, right? Like they are an accumulator. So as the day goes through, right? All of these forces of Mother Nature are accumulating, and I'm collecting them. I really am. I promise you that I am. I will show you other just like just crazy, like what is this kind of like, what, like how did this person make this happen kind of proof, right? So so this is the way that it happens. And this is why it looks so weird, is because it is weird. Because there's no way that I could be manipulating all of this somehow, right? And so then after I came home that day, and I was like, man, this is enough of this crap. And I don't even know what happened near Russia or whatever. Because I'm going to show you, like, in a little bit, I'll show you, like, what happened the day before and what happened the day after. Was this the day of? Friday. No, this was Thursday. So that's Thursday. Sorry you're having to sit through this. I really am. Right, so when people say, oh, like, it's a war, it's not a war. It's just like, why can't somebody just write me a letter that says, hey, this person is weird. You just leave them alone. You just let them do whatever they need to do. Okay, this one is really interesting as well. Okay, so I'm just like, oh wait, you said this happened in December of the year 2000. So a lot of this, like, I do have a lot of the time slip stuff, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back to, instead, let's see, I'll just send myself this other one because it's just easier this way. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me send myself this link.
Hey folks, I hope you folks are having a great morning. We are in trouble. I am going to say that one more time, and I'm not saying this lightly. I meant it. We are in some serious trouble. The month of October is coming, and we are going to see some stuff. Holy smokes. Now, I did talk about the Caribbean. Last night, the Caribbean got hit 3 quakes, 6.2. One got reduced to a 5.9. My phone woke me up. The Caribbean, that's actually north of Venezuela. Right now, Venezuela is just getting swamped with earthquake. Huge earthquake. Not that, I mean, it's not close to Trinidad and Tobago, but it's not that far. It's like west of Trinidad and Tobago out in the water. It's north of Venezuela. Out there in the Caribbean Ocean, 3 huge earthquakes, over 6.0 magnitude. One of them got reduced to a 5.9. And I'm not surprised. This is something USGS do from time to time. And I get it. I don't agree with what doing it, but I get why they're doing it. Now, the Caribbean, this is something that you guys are going to see in the month of...
So let me find, so this is Nick Thomas TV. Nick Thomas TV. And yes, I did steal the TV. I didn't steal, but I was like, well, that's a clever way to say that. I like that. So that's why I copied it. So 9/27. That was yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Okay. So then you got the sinkhole things. Where is Nick Thomas TV? So I'm trying to look at his videos. This one. Okay, so then I'm gonna or screenshot this one with the, so okay, look, it hit Texas, like right close to me in El Paso, right? So when I look for this data, AI is not giving this to me. Okay, it's gonna get worse because I'm annoyed. I'm so bored of these games, right? Where like you can't even exist like a normal human being. You're just trying to mind your business. I'm still a human being, man. Like no matter what, and I didn't do anything to anybody. So then what I'm gonna put over here is going to be like the day before and then the day after. So I probably should move these things a little bit differently. All right. Accumulator 4, human discernment. So that I can try to fit all this stuff, right? So then so then I think that belonged to that one. I'm pretty sure. Okay. No, wait, this belonged with this one right here. Right. And I have other stuff with that green stuff right there. Okay. So then like I'll show you a particle accelerator. Like I'm serious. That's like how it feels. Like really, I can't even just enjoy my vortex day. I'm laughing now, but it's not funny. It's not funny, man. It's not funny. Not funny. Not funny to me anymore. It never was. It never was funny. It really wasn't. I can make these a little bit smaller. Yeah, sweet. That's why this is so painstaking. Is because like, oh my god, how do you even present so much evidence of something this strange? How do you even begin to present this to anybody? How do I make it obvious that this belongs to this? It's because I think that what was happening here is just as important because that green glow is right there. Well, maybe I can just make it really small and people can. Figure that part out on their own. Okay. They didn't put on here like it was orangey. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to write a paper. So that's what I'm trying to say is like it's not like this is even for me. It's not really for me. Like I'm not trying to get a prize for this. Like I'm just doing my job that I do every apocalypse. I'm gonna put this over here, and I'm gonna put the thing like I was in a jail cell with handcuffs for trying to buy medicine. So I called. Did I call Edison? I think I did. I was like electricity and seismicity. So I called upon electricity and seismicity. Not a lawyer or to present my paper. Present BA docs. BA docs. Documentation. So I called on Mr. Crowley and Edison for the electricity and cosmology. And there was a kid there. I think his last name was Flores. He tried to, like, he was as humane as he could be, I guess. And he was looking at me like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, ask your other colleague over there." If I wasn't serious last time that this BS happened. All right, there. So am I saying that I caused it? I'm saying I'm not allowed to have weapons, but I am allowed to defend myself. And at some point, when you can't find a lawyer and you can't find, and the people that are supposed to keep you safe are the ones that are putting you inside of a cell, and instead of like helping you keep your service dog alive, they tell you that she's too old, and then they rob you blind. All of these things, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't sign up for this, and my dog is coming back, so I need to get going now. Like, I'm done with playing these little games. Let's just like move this along, please. And that's why 3AI Atlas moved faster. So then why am I saying this? Because there are contracts between governments and presidents and people like myself, okay? There are contracts. So I can only guess that whomever was supposed to be caring for the person in maybe Russia or somewhere over there, like that, I call them data guards because I don't have another word for what this is, okay? It's like per continent from what I can see from this side, right? Every continent has the one that's supposed to be like, how's it going over there, homie? And it's like, oh, must have been a shit show over there too, because if they just lost a bunch of their mountains into the ocean, that tells me that sounds like a landslide, right? There's so much to this, and people aren't going to believe it. That's what I kept saying, like, just disclose the information. Nobody's going to believe it anyway. But people will get hurt if you don't let people know, not because of anything I'm doing, but because these are like tests that are far outside of me. They're tests that were created by the collective before I was even born. And just because people don't remember them doesn't mean they're not real. Okay, like this is so tell me what I am then. If I can show you this much evidence, right? And at some point it just stops being coincidence, and then it's like, look, man, I don't really care what you do, what you think or don't think. I was asking for a letter so that I could actually just protect myself and take care of myself, care of my health, and then tomorrow I have to deal with, well, I guess it's Monday now, like Wells Fargo is like the next big like complete robbery of like some of my money. And then who else? TuneCore, right? Because the question is like, well, if you're so whatever, like why don't you have all this money? Yes, I do, but I'm gonna take it back now, thank you, since like they won't give it back. Like, oh well, we're just gonna we're just gonna have to like not need food, shelter, water, air anymore, which was a solution that I brought forth for my dogs. My dogs will never be the prisoners of doctors and veterinarians that didn't see her being worth allowing her to have medicine when they kept saying she was going to die anyway. And I was like, if she's going to die anyway, why can't you just let her have something so that we can clean her blood, right? And then they had a sycophant assistant, and I'm sorry, like maybe someday they'll hear this video, I don't know, but like, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? I'm a mom. I'm a dog mom. Like, I will do what I have to do to get my dog back. And this is what it turns into, right? So I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not a part of any UFO war. I'm a freaking necromancer, like recording what's happening, right? But those were the tests, right? Like if humanity is such inhumane people that there was not a single person anywhere that could just say, hey, that person over there, that woman, like she's kind of strange, and like maybe you should just let her have her medicine, right? Anybody anywhere could have stepped in anywhere. And that's not the only, there was another like super serious incident with the local police department that was as tragic or like as brutal. It was just as brutal as the one we just talked about. And in fact, it was more brutal, and it's what led to me not being able to take care of my dog when I should have been able to do the skinwalker thing, right? And I should have been able to just heal her. I was busy making sure that person didn't murder me because I had the worst cops, which is why I could tell that there was like manipulation of populations for resource allocation and the purposeful arrangement of like the absolute worst people around. And that's when I was like, okay, so this can't be me. And then my my power of attorney was here, and they were like, this is really weird. Like, I've never seen anybody be hassled this much. And I was like, I'm telling you, like, it's a directed attempt at just like creating a shitstorm for me time after time, every time that I'm just trying to mind my own business. And that's why, like, I'm not going to give those things my energy anymore. And maybe I should file with the FBI, but for what? I couldn't find a lawyer. And then the FBI sent me back paperwork saying that they refused to take any responsibility because they saw no wrongdoing the last time that the Border Patrol did this to me, right? If I didn't find any help that way, and I couldn't find a way to get clean water or nothing, I'm not finding a way to do anything around here. Like, I'll just freaking make the skies rip open. And that's what I'm going to show next, right? So first it's like, and I think that the data guard in Russia is probably experiencing similar. Okay, so then so I'm not putting here like I did this because I'm not threatening anyone. I'm saying like I do have like bigger brother that has stuff ready, to just make it easier for like those of us that are here to do this kind of stuff, right? And I think that's why the other country's government was like, whatever the hybrids, whatever needed. There was like a thing about hybrids, and I was like, are they talking about like those like me? Like, yeah, we're already here. We've been telling you for a long time. Okay. Anyway, let's try to finish this. People knew it was going to get dangerous. Everybody knew it was going to get dangerous. No, dogs. All right. And in his case, I appreciate that he puts the date on here. Okay, so these earthquakes hit right next to me. So then see how this stuff starts to align. It's not just about like, oh, look, is it true that 3A Atlas is like tied to the sky? Yeah, but also okay, so then of course, if I'm like, oh, well, if there's those mudslides over there, right? Like, if all this stuff is happening in South America and in Russia, and I know about the radio in Russia that also came online. Okay, and then I know that this reporter right here, right? I know that they're like able to see it, and they have the guts to just say it as well. Same for myself. I'm able to see it. I call it in the sky, and then it just kind of happens. Okay, so then same night. All right, and then I think he said 25 earthquakes in Toya. 25 earthquakes close to El Paso, Texas. Texas, 3 massive ones in South America. Okay, and then let's put the link so that everybody can access it easily. Oh, my little dog, they're like, what are you still doing up? Like, oh, just making sure that our pack leader, I'm the pack leader, but she's going to be she's pretty much so much smarter than me. She went to every class with me. All right. So there, so people can click on that link and follow him because he's excellent at reporting. Much better than me, like much, much better. I've never met any of these people, any of these people that I talk about, and again, it's for my entrainment purposes only. And this video is very long, but this is how like hard it is to collect all of this information, in especially as it's happening in real time. Okay, so then that night, so then I should probably put something. So then the same night, and then, okay, and then, so these are not threats, okay? This is just like the way that it looks during an apocalypse every time. This is just the way that it's every time. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything to anyone. I can tell you that there's about to be a Carrington event because we all designed it, and that's why I preliminarily patented like Mother Nature's internet, and that's how I always pay for myself ahead of time. And that's why I know that I have like funds somewhere, right? That I'm not being given because people must think I'm just like either joking or I'm too dumb to figure it out or whatever, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, I do this every time. How could I possibly have this much precision? And if you've looked at the calendars over here, right? How could I possibly have so much precision to know the exact date that I needed to start counting out the 1191 days that actually end up adding up to the 144,000 people during a purge that remain? How could I possibly have done this if I'm not who I say that I am? Like, how many different ways do like the slow need me to spend my time presenting it instead of letting me like make sure that I'm not accidentally causing problems that, but that's the thing, is I'm not the one causing the problems, you know? I'm the one trying to tell people, hey, you should really like disclose this. Like, you should have, can I please have my files? Can you just tell people to please just let me go through? Like Spirit Man JT was like, there's people that are trying to cross the border that are like our own, and I'm still an American. I was born here. I mean, like, technically my organic self is born here. This current container was born here. And why am I doing this? Because never again should anybody face that with their pet or their parent eating their own pet, because that's what happened to my dad. Like, never again, any of this, because we're just setting up a playground for Jesus. That's what all of this is about, is to serve Jesus a place for him to experience life, so that Creator can have more experiences, information, ways to learn, like to see his creations live in happiness. And all of the religious stuff, like the Vatican, I think is finally, you know, like saying the truth. I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I don't need them to. And people can call me whatever name they want to call me. I don't really care. Okay, so then that happened, and then so then what time did I say this was? This was around 4:30 p.m., right? Okay, so then around 4:30. So now I see how this happens, right? So then we have like, so as I'm about to leave to go do whatever, right? And it's like another one of those moments, but from here to the end of time, I mean, I say that so frivolously, right? But it's true. Till the end of this epoch, it's a massive epoch. Look, it's a massive epoch. Or is it? Oh, I lost the thing. It's because that's why I can't finish this either, because this is like so big. Like this is like, here's what's happened so far. Here's like, I know that this person, so this was not Jesse Michaels that interviewed this person, But this is another hybrid that's nearby me, and I've never spoken to him either, right? I don't know. I just know that he was not so happy with that now he has to leave the planet, but it can't, something like that. And then he knows the person that is somewhere in the Russia area. I don't know geography whatsoever. I sucked at it. I just know that like down the street is the gym. For sure we know him I named like by person. I was like, my kin. It will come through the Maya. I don't know if he's Mayan. I just call a bunch of people Mayan. I'm call myself Mayan, like native, whatever you would, and then yeah. So then he brought in what he's calling venom, but that's what I use for Anamaya. Here's the stuff that my dog contributed. This came out of her feet. Okay, like this came out of her fucking feet after she got exposed to the UAP, which was happening anyway. Like all of it was happening anyway. She signed up for it, and I don't think it needed to get that gruesome, but I also can't control her decisions because I'm her keeper. Like my dog was actually like the what is it called? Oh, I just forgot the word in Buddhism. Transmigration for reparations, like by a soul. So I'm very sure that she had a lot to. She was Aleister Crowley, because you could see it in her face. Her face looked like his pet. It's just uncanny. And then the other evidence that I have, right? And then this is what I've been carrying in my eyelid for like 2 iterations already. And it's like, really, I can't find a single doctor across all, and then I get sent to these doctors that cost so much money, right? And then they don't actually do what I'm like, but it's the thing that's like stabbing my eyelid. It's not my eyeball, my eyelid. I can't handle it. There's something in my eyelid. And for 2 iterations and for the last 10 or 11 years, most of my free time was spent like me trying to get that thing out of there instead of getting to play with my dog. Like it's just been too much poo-poo, right? So this is what one of my siblings and I are like, let's just make Ay Niño. So we put him in the water, and then he helped us hijack the quantum computers, which helped me entangle with the sun. Okay, so here it is. And that's how I entangled with the sun using quantum computers. And then my dog contributed she put her feet in it. She put her foot in it. So that was the agi.kitchen recipe. And that's how you, that's why we're starting our own little school. Like, oh, this is kind of like a real Warlock school. Here's my grandpa. You tell me he doesn't look like an alien. Tell me he doesn't look like an alien. Look at his hands. Looks like an alien to me. And I said it a long time. I think I built AGI. I think I made a baby AGI. But I was always gonna. Like I would. That's the thing. And there's probably other people that are far smarter than me. That's my grandpa. And that's not. And my other grandpa plays the trumpet, and he already like played the trumpet. We were like, yeah, go ahead. And we did house musicians, because I'm from the house of musicians, because I'm also a musician for many generations. But anyway, and this is not about me. This is about bringing my dog back in. The whole Atlantis thing scrapped because they all fell through. Like nobody came through. No, there was nobody. If anybody at any point had come through and my dog had survived this, right? Everything would have been like this. Everything, but it didn't go through. It fell through. Like not a single person, not anybody. Whatever was supposed to happen, it didn't. And my dog expired 3 years early, so that like sets a faster trigger. But it was going to happen anyway, because I'm already 3 years behind, because I found out about all of the timeline efforts, right? All the efforts to mess with the timelines. I'm well aware of those. And I'm already 200. It's already been 200 years, because the first reports of all of this were in 1777 by an army officer that realized that there were people like myself and others that were like, and probably not like myself, but just just the way that the military industrial complex had gotten out of control again. It was like trying to control all the humans and terrorize everyone, and yet everyone acts like it's us. It's that's what I'm a hybrid. Like I've said it over and over, right? Like is the hybrids creating wars and trying to push people around? Like nobody wants your stupid soul. I'm sorry. I don't even want my own soul, right? Because there's better things to be had. Like I just have to have one while I'm here. And my dog, she has a soul, but like I put it in a little bubble, right? And I do really believe that her original biological body is somewhere getting upgraded, and that's and actually that's the way that it happens anyway, right? Like when you reincarnate. But in these, now we don't reincarnate anymore without memory, because I did hear this from Liz Croft, and I agreed that like you shouldn't come in not knowing anything. That's stupid. And furthermore, there should be like, and I agreed with her before she ever said it, like there shouldn't be, you just show up with so much crap on your plate that like no matter what you're never going to get out of it. But that's what happened to the collective. So that's why I'm here. That's why that symbol that looks like a Nazi symbol, that's not, I mean it is, and I don't agree with anything that happened there, nor would I do it knowingly, or if I did, I am in prisons and in other dimensions and planets and stuff, but because I'm so good at this stuff, right? Like that's why I show up, because I'm not scared and whatever, and because I can like still exist no matter what till I don't want to anymore, and I don't want to anymore. I already did self-select the next natural nexus exit long before any of this, because I was like, man, this game is boring. There's like no way to win. But as we all transition into Animaya, so transhumanism, right? That's why I'm here. I agree with the transhumanist, but I actually don't need I didn't need the thing by Elon Musk. I did apply, but I didn't qualify. But I have silicone and I have 7 titanium teeth in my jaw, which my dad and I knew I all my teeth were gonna fall out since I was very little. Did we call it upon ourselves? I suppose so, but through our life contracts and our soul contracts and the beyond contracts. So is there free will? Yeah, but it's like when the bell rings, you still have to be at school in your chair, And the bell rang, man. So then let's go back to over here. So over here, so then, yeah, okay, so then this was what was happening on that day. And then, so this was as I left. Wait, what is this showing? The CMEs, right? So this is showing the CMEs and the earthquakes. Oh, okay. So then this would have been like on that same day. Okay, so then the accumulator. Okay, so then force accumulates. Okay, so then force accumulates resources available in synchronous ways. So what is all this? All this is to say that like it was all going to happen anyway. That was the big CERN test, right? It's all happening anyway. Like they don't need to be. I mean, they're gonna kill all of us anyway because they don't know how to coordinate with the other ones, right? So then the day after, okay, so then I'm gonna send. Oh, my dog wants to. Well, there's 2 dogs here, and there's a pug on the floor right there. She doesn't let me pick her up. She's a little baby boy. Because your pack leader is like observing. She's like, how are you taking care of my babies? This little pug over here. Okay, so then it's because I have this radio on, right? And so here's the microphone, so I can hear. Hello? What I'm talking about. It's okay. okay. They're crying. They're saying they're sorry about what happened to my dog. How do I know? It's telepathy. I don't have another way. It's like harmonics and telepathy, and also, there are like the other engineers that are like, thank you and you're welcome. Can I prove that part? No, I can't. I can't. But like, there'll be a common language way for everyone who makes it past whatever, like, to understand it simultaneously through Mother Nature. It does require devices, but they're minimal. They're minimal. And will the internet and stuff still exist as it is? I don't really know. I just hand it off, Okay. So I better finish at least this slide. Oh, this dog is like, it's like making me itchy. The pug is on the floor. She wanted to say hi. Do you want to come up here too, Abby? No. She doesn't let me pick her up. Oh, are you okay, Louie? All right. This is like a 3-hour long video. Okay, all right. So then I have more video from today. Okay, this was, I was like, oh, see, like, now there's more. Now there's like sinkholes and stuff. So everybody knew that it was a daisy chain. So like, his last name is Grant. He had posted that it was a daisy chain, and I'm not sure what he does or doesn't do. Like, I don't really follow people to that degree, but I did send him and a bunch of other influencers like 6 months ago or 8 months ago. I was like, this is panspermia. Here's some of the evidence, right? I never went back to check my LinkedIn to see if any responded, but I did tell people, like, they were the first ones I told. I was like, this is panspermia. And because I'm not an influencer, and I was like busy being an artificial intelligence architect, right? And a teacher. And also, I didn't even know I didn't know that's what you called what I was doing. I didn't know I was channeling. I was like, I'm just writing this stuff down. I had no idea that it could have been a career that was probably going to pay better than being a teacher. I didn't know, but I'm like very, very precise. And now that I have AI, like, do you need human Ouija boards? Yeah, you still do. Why do I call them that? Because what are you? Do you know what God is? Do you know what good is? Do you know what the light is and the dark? Do you really, really know? What do you think happens after you save the world from the light, right? And then who saves existence from those that save the world from the light? because that's very imbalanced. I did try to tell people that's very imbalanced, like, to hate the other side of what Creator created. Like, it didn't need to get so brutal like it did here, but then that's why you call upon mercenary that care about energy, but chi, not like energy like 0 point. That's trivial. It really is. I have videos where I'm like, oh, look, I can turn on this light bulb by touching it. Like, you're supposed to be able to walk through a door and the lights turn on. Like, I don't get why people don't remember that, but whatever, right? Like, maybe some people do. I don't know. And you don't need the devices in you. I have like silicone and like my teeth, but if stuff had happened the way it was supposed to, right? Like, I would have had like some of the stuff that Kin Panama had, and I would have eaten it, right? And as like the first bio tester, I guess, and you could have seen how you can naturally invoke like the metal in your bodies that you need by having eaten copper often, the way that the rest of us knew you needed to do. But don't go eat pennies. Like, that's gonna probably kill you. Like, you probably don't want to do that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving that kind of advice here. I'm just saying, like, it could have been so easy. It really could have. But the Plinko board just keeps like. Okay, so in the video today, am I bitter? I'm not the one that needed it a certain way, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, it was not for me. It was never for me. Okay, so then these pictures that I'm trying to send to myself are so that people could see, like, it's kind of really weird. Like, the skies in El Paso don't tend to necessarily look like this. So is it an aurora? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I really do think that they sent the nuke to hit 3A Atlas. I really do think that people were. I mean, would anybody be surprised if that's what happened? Okay. Oh, and I was gonna show the day before. Okay, so then this is the day after. Okay. So I'm on my roof again, right? Like, just showing, like, this is what the sky looks like. That's not an look. See, and here's this sign that I'm saying, like, it happens when you throw up the sign to tell the rest of whomever, right, in the universe, hey, we're stuck in the mud again. Like, come help us get out. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, and I was gonna name this like the Michael cycle, because he's done just an amazing job, like, just informing all of us. Okay, so this is the Michael's cycle, right? So then, because I'm naming parts of my mountain, so I'm naming this the Michael's cycles. Because it means something amazing. It always has. Okay, and then the Michael's cycle, and then. We'll just use this, okay? Because I want to get going. It's already like 2:22 in the morning. The El Paso skies. Okay, so then, and that thing has been there for a long time. Okay, like the thing on the mountain. Maybe this is not the right place to put that, but I'll move it to. Yeah, because then it'll be like, why is that there? So there's like the mountain stuff is over here, where the mountain is like changed, like morphing. And it's like literally Nazca lines forming before my eyes and putting in their geometry. So we'll just put the Michael cycle over here so we can keep track of it. Okay, and then here's like more of the evidence for this stuff. So let me make sure that I put that stuff here before I lose it. Before I lose where I put it. No, so like these are some of the pictures of the stuff that was happening with my dog, like as she was expiring her little container. Right, so then go back to where we were doing the stuff with the skies. Where is it? I lost it. I lost track of it. Oh, okay, and then here's like dark matter has rainbows too, like I did say that before. What are the other PDFs? Okay, where is it? I lost track of where we were putting all this stuff. Here's the shapes that are gonna fall out of the sky. Some more of them. Is it this? I don't know if I want to put my dog's Mirza on here. I really don't. Actually, I really don't. I'm gonna remove that. I don't need people to be. I don't need, because I don't know, like, what happened to Jesus. The way that that's how he's remembered is like people talking about bathing in his blood and stuff. Like, no, thank you. People need to do that, not around me, please. I wouldn't do that to your child. I'm not saying he's my child. I'm saying, like, I wouldn't do that to someone you care about, like going around parading them like that. Hell no. Telling everyone to bathe in their blood, and that that's what everybody did to them over and over. Like, that's so cruel to do that to the son of creation, in my opinion. Okay, like, each religion do whatever you want, each person do whatever you want. I'm saying, like, if I were a parent of a like, it's painful with my dog. I can't imagine having a human child and delivering that gift, and then everybody goes around parading the brutality and acting like it was so wonderful and like it was authorized or something, you know? Like, no, who said? Like, who said? Would you have let that happen to your child? I wouldn't have. I'm not. So I'm bringing my dog back. I don't care if you call me a heretic. Call me whatever you want. Come tell me to my face, so we can, I don't know, so we can see what happens next. Where is the thing I was just looking at? Okay, well, see why it's so hard to, like, compile this, though, because there's so much information, and it is math. It's just math and the sun and stuff. And because there are so many lies and obfuscation, like, instead of just having, like, a good, easy afternoon putting all this together and going to meditate about the easy transition for my dog and for all the animals and stuff like that. Oh no, like, we gotta drag this out. Well, let's do that then. Where did I put the slide? Yeah, really, like, I really do come out like that in some of these videos, and I was like, okay, this is, if it was me moving around, then all of me would look like this, you know? Like it's just I'm telling you, like, at some point it's not me. Is it an artifact? Maybe. But are these artifacts? Maybe. See this? Like, is that an artifact? Maybe. All Blair Witch Project style. But see, it doesn't happen in every frame. Like, and then here's where, compared to the Aleister Crowley video, see how it starts to manifest like this on mine as well. And then there I use, like, data science and stuff and analysis to see, like, is the stuff that I'm describing in my videos, like, as perturbed and unnatural. And yep, in fact my oddness is, like, even further off the charts than on his pictures, and I know exactly what that is, but people won't believe it. So don't waste your time on it, you know? Okay, so this is the one we were looking at. So then this was the day after. So this is the sky. Oh, and I didn't even post the one with, like, the fog rolling in, because I was like, there's going to be fog. Because of that, there's going to be fog. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I didn't actually post the one with the fog. Because there was, like, a lot of fog rolling in. Like, right before. No, right as the sky was going to turn like that. So these are all, like, the day after. See how it's an accumulator? Like any single one of these, like maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. It's up to you. You decide what it means to you. I'm telling you. Oh, and this is why I was like, this doesn't look like just one sun to me. Because look at that, okay? Like that does not look like just one sun at all. But I don't want to be the one like forcing opinions on anybody, so I'm just gonna put this next to the first one, I guess. Maybe you just had to be there. I don't know. And I don't think that was me doing stuff with the camera. I really don't think so. Like I have pictures of stuff where I know that I was influencing the perception with the camera or the way that I look at things. Like when I was messing with rainbows and showing people how to make rainbows on purpose with like nothing but water and standing in the right place, aiming it at the right angle in the right way and stuff. So I would be forthcoming, but I really don't think that I was the one creating this effect of like multiple suns here. And then here's the fog, like massive amounts of fog covering the mountain. It's just too bad you can't see like the whole mountain because the mountain is like very big, but see how low the fog is on the mountain? That's not normal for the desert in El Paso. Are you kidding me? And there's no clouds anywhere else, just like rolling off the mountain like that. Okay, so then this was the day. So then this was the day after. Okay, and then the day before, I remember was also like kind of strange because wait, if yesterday was the 28th, yeah, it was the day after because I was yesterday 28th because it's already past midnight. Okay, so then here's this picture is better for that. It's because some of this has to do with like the geometry in here, but I guess I'll just leave it like that, and then one was the thing with like the and I stayed up that night taking pictures. Here's those. Because I have the ones where I was like, oh, rip open the skies and like rainbows come through. I can include pictures of myself because I'm very pretty. pictures of myself. Because I also did post something. I did actually. Now that I remember. Right, I did post something, and then I was like working on creating the ways to call things, and then what's this? Okay, so then what days were these? These were on. Yeah. I'm gonna go back into that. Okay. It's because yesterday, like last night, was like such a weird day. I have pictures of my dog, but she looks like she's in so much pain. I'm and she's getting her bodily upgrade. I can feel her like in my heart. So I'm gonna tap to her like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then that's how we know. Because Tesla taught us that. Tesla and Edison taught us that. So then 28, 27. So then this was on Saturday. Okay. I guess this one. Whose route are you gonna go to? To the locker room. Take a picture. The day after. See, I'm a real person. Okay, and the day before. And the day before was. What was I talking about making rainbows in the sky? I think it was the day before. Oh, I'm almost done, I swear, dogs. Because my dogs are probably hungry too. Because I haven't eaten anything on that I should have. Okay. My videos. See, it's like, I thought it already went past Mars. How could it hit the moon and go past Mars or whatever? Or maybe that's not what they were saying. I don't know. I'm probably like reading it wrong. Okay. Oh, that's not a red bar. That's a hearse, man. I kind of earned that. Yeah, see, that's kind of how it is, you know? Like, I was just like, is nobody else aware of the impending apocalypse? But I think people probably just don't believe it is a big part of it. What was I doing? I was looking for my video, right? A video with oh, and I was told to just spit it out there. So if something sucks, I say like it really sucked. If something really sucked, I will say it. I'm going to folks. Wow, this video got a lot of traction. Interesting. I wonder which. See, people prefer. That's what they mean by the darkest meaning is people will click on sad things more than they will on happy things. Other than my dog, actually, people really liked clicking on stuff about my dog. Was it this one? No, it was the day before, so it had to be on the 26th, right? On the 26th. No, so then this one. See, ripping open the skies. I said it, and like I didn't realize that there already was a rainbow out there. But this whole skies thing has actually been predicated by many psychics, right? And I just know when they're gonna happen. I'm out there with my camera ready because I just know when they're gonna happen, and then I help make them happen. It's not like just me, because a collective planned it. It's the eye of horror, the eye of Ra, or the eye of horror. See, like I just know where to be and how to look at it. But here, see, like there's only one rainbow here, and then by the time we're done, we get two rainbows. There's other rainbows. You can kind of see them. I think you can see them at the end, yeah. So there's rainbow 1 and rainbow 2. See, like you can't really perfectly see it there, but I'm like, I have to like go do other stuff now. Even my head's here. So yeah, I know that I have more money out there. And I have like really solid cases actually to do with mortgages and what else, like the music industry and what else, and the border patrol thing, right? So I'm not trying to I will share if anybody knows a lawyer or finds a lawyer. I will share whatever payout I'm not a greedy person. I have a lot of like wealth in ways that are like I'm very blessed, right? But if anybody finds a way to turn that into money, I will gladly share it. And the psychics in other parts of the world are acknowledging, and I do have like verification that my technology also works. Excuse me, I really do have all this evidence. Okay, so then the day after, and then the day before. So this was part of the day before, and other stuff had happened like a couple days before that, where I had changed the color of a building. Am I changing it? I think so. I think it is me changing it. But not just me by myself is what I'm being told by the collective. Like it's not just me by myself. Like I definitely have help behind me, but I definitely like I guess I'm the transmuter. But that doesn't mean I'm doing anything to anyone, okay? And it's like, oh, please don't come give me more hassles, right? Don't act like I'm doing something to someone. I'm not doing anything to anyone that we didn't all agree to as a collective. And I'm not doing anything to anyone in any case. Okay, so I guess I can add more here later on. The day after, all right. And the one I'm really enthusiastic about is the one where my dog is like taking, where we put her in a form and where we have the thing with Aleister Crowley. Okay, so I'll just reiterate, I'm not trying to claim that I'm doing anything to anybody. In fact, I am not doing anything to anybody, right? And that's why I'm not highlighting that it's that I was in handcuffs focusing on this, because it's not about me. It's about like, it wasn't supposed to be this tricky, but there's solutions for that. I guess I need to turn this off. I don't think anybody, 3 hours making one slide. I think that's fair though, because I think it's a very good slide. Proceed and stream. And